G and the Eden WTDI, those are like smaller than the Magellan and the SGT. So, um, but let's get back to these filters. So I'm gonna put it around 9 o'clock on the scoop. Let's go. So let's go up to 12 o'clock. Going up to 3 o'clock. And all the way up. So personally, I like it around 9, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there. Yeah. So now the other one. So flat. So this is the frowny face one. This one I use. I like to set both of these up, like so I can flip back and forth. Have one more for finger style, and I can leave this EQ. I leave my EQ like that, um, and then I just use the filters to switch the actual sound of it, if that makes sense. So because that this filter also, it feels like it kind of cuts the lows and the highs a bit and accentuates the mids, and so it gives you more mids and cuts that the extremes. Um, And I really like that about that, so I can kind of use that for like my solo channel when I want to do a lot of my stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then have my have it flip back and forth and be um like my slap and pop channel, my playing bass channel. This be my playing bass channel. This be my solo channel. You know what I'm saying? I kind of use it like that. Or this be my finger style. If I'm on like a gig where I'm not really soloing, this would be my finger style, and this would be my slap and pop. And and between those two, I can, because it has those two filters, I can literally use this for any gig and just be switching back and forth and not have to worry about switching preamps. I actually don't have to switch preamps when I'm using this one as my main one, so which is awesome because I can just switch the filters and I can go from slapping to finger style and not have to worry about it. And then in mid song too, and not change my tonality as much because a lot of times, depending on the type of gig. So if I'm playing a jazz gig, I actually prefer the Aguilar AG preamp for that. If I'm doing a straight up slap and pop gig, which is very rare, not every. I do funk gigs, but it's not just funk. It's always a mixture of stuff I do. A lot of times. So, the you know the Magellan and the Eden definitely for the slapping is crazy. The SGT does a great job at the slapping as well, but for the Eden and the Magellan are my slap sounds for sure. Eden WTDI. The Aguilar preamp is like my jazz sound. Um, just it just makes my bass sound very natural, which a lot of times jazz is played with an upright or things like that. So it definitely helps keep me in the natural. Because I play we play an amplified instrument. It's not something about having an instrument that sounds in the room. It's just a different feel when if you ever around a good upright player, you'll know what I'm saying. Like it just you can feel it in the room, and the AG helps you with that. But I use my SGTDI for like my rock sounds or just my bigger, more aggressive, needing grit to the sound. But this Magellan here, yeah. So let's start with it flat, or what the EQ is gonna be how I had it before. This is my standard EQ right here. All right. So now let's put that at about 9 o'clock. I'm gonna turn this one back flat just to keep it out the way. turning it up to 12 o'clock. Going up to 3 o'clock. All the way up. Flat. Oh, no. Well, without the filter. And here's with it all the way on. So as you can see, even when they're all the way up, the one thing I do love about these filters is they always stay super musical. They still, even all the, usually filters like this, when they're all the way up like this, they are so unusable. And it's just such a sound that you'll be like, I'm never going to be able to use that. But even when the scoop one, you know, is a little more extreme up top. Let's hear that back and forth between that and without it. Without it. So, with it. Oh, well, we just did with it. So you get to hear with it and without it. So let's go on. Now let's see how it pushes a amp. I mean, yeah, an actual power amp. Let's see. Um, yeah, I'm gonna use the. I am. I'm gonna use this Harkey TX 600 as the power amp, and let me see. Let me turn this on. Oh. Use this as a power amp. I'm going to use that I'm gonna use this TC Electronic 410s with a tweeter, BC 410s for tweeter. Alright, let's see what I got here. And we're gonna turn these IRs off and the compressor off. So bam. Number 6. So this is without the preamp, just my bass running straight into the power amp section.